Hi everyone. This lesson deals with learning English vocabulary and provides you a general advice or a general guidance about how you can learn and how you can remember a new word. Whenever you come across a new word, what steps should you take? So before we get this general advice, let me just tell you an interesting fact about English vocabulary. English vocabulary has a remarkable range, flexibility, and adaptability. Quite interestingly, this English language seems to have far more words in its core vocabulary than other languages. For example, alongside kingly, that is from Anglo-Saxon period, we find royal, and that is from French, and regal from Latin. So there are many such sets of words which add greatly to our opportunities to express subtle shades of meaning at various levels of style. Dear learners, there are many words you don't need at all, and there are other words that you simply need. Finally, there are words which you need to able to use yourself. Clearly, you need to spend most time learning this last group, in which you need to learn the words that you need to be able to use yourself. So, what should you do to learn these words? This lesson will guide you in this context, but let's first know what does this mean, knowing a new word. Well, it is not enough just to know the meaning of a word. You also need to know these three things. First, what words it is usually associated with. Second, whether it has any particular grammatical characteristics. And third one is how it is pronounced. So, just knowing the meaning of a word is not enough. You ought to know these three things associated with that word. Okay, let me just tell you what are other tips that you can use to learn new words in English. Try to learn new words not in isolation but in phrases. This practice will keep the word long lasting in your memory. So always try to learn the word in phrases, not just in isolation. Another tip is write down adjectives together with nouns. They are often associated with and vice versa. For example, royal family, rich vocabulary. Furthermore, write down verbs with the structure and nouns associated with them. For example, to add to our knowledge of the subject, to express an opinion, etc. In addition to this, write down nouns in phrases. For example, in contact with, a train set, shades of opinion, etc. Write down words with their prepositions. For example, at a high level, in the middle of the conversation, good at, by your own, etc. When you learn a new word, you should also note any grammatical characteristics of the word that you are studying. For example, just note when a verb is irregular and when a noun is uncountable or is only used in the plural. Along with these, also make a note of any special pronunciation problems with the words you are learning. So follow this general advice to learn new words in English language. There is another question that needs to be addressed. That is, what should you do when you come across new words? When you are reading something in English, don't look up every new word or expression or you will soon get fed up. Only look up something that's really important for understanding the text. When you have finished reading, look back at what you have read and then perhaps look up some extra words and write down new expressions that interest you. Similarly, when you listen to English, don't panic. When you hear some words or expressions that you don't know, keep listening and the overall meaning will often become clear. Don't give up. Just try to listen and definitely you will understand. When you read or listen to English, it is sometimes possible to guess the meaning of a word you don't know before you look up or ask its meaning. Decide first what part of speech the word is and then look for clues in its context or form. So, getting the meaning of a word through its context is really a very helpful technique for learning new words. Another great idea to learn new words is help yourself to learn by learning associated words together. That means learn words with associated meanings together. Learning words together that are associated in meaning is a popular and useful way of organizing your vocabulary study. For example, let us take up the word cat. The other words like paw, kitten, mew, these are related to cat, so learn them together. Another important tip is learn those words together that have a grammatical association, like information, furniture, food. These words are grammatically associated. They all are uncountable nouns. Along with this, learn those words together which are based on the same root. For example, price, priceless, overpriced. Likewise, another set of words is handy, single-handed, give me a hand. Learning words by word trees is also very useful. In the stem, you can put the main word and you can write words in the form of branches which are related to that main word, like holiday is the main word and sightseeing, skiing, touring, hotel, enjoy, beach, summer, package, look forward to. These words are related to a holiday. So you can make a word tree for holiday for the word holiday and learn all these words which are usually associated with the word holiday. Word forks are also good ways of learning adjectives and verbs. For example, original idea, brilliant idea, unusual idea, great idea, excellent idea. So we have 5 adjectives related to idea, and in this way we can remember them well by making this word fork. So pictures and diagrams can help you learn new words. Now the final tip or final advice of this lesson about learning vocabulary is organizing a vocabulary notebook. There is no one correct way to organize a vocabulary notebook, but it is a good idea to think about possible ways of doing so. So here are some possibilities and examples. Number 1 is organizing words by their meaning. You could try dividing your notebook into different broad sections with sections for words for feelings, words to describe places, words for movement, words for thinking, etc. In this way, you can build families of words related in meaning. The other way of organizing a vocabulary notebook is using various types of diagrams, means words that can be grouped under a heading, or a more general word can be drawn as a tree diagram. Likewise, a tree diagram, the bubble network is also useful, since you can make it grow in whatever direction you want it to. For example, let's take up the word car. This is the central word, and then we have some related words like steering wheel, clutch, boot, car saloon, diesel, petrol, hatchback, brake, handbrake. In case you find some more words related to the word car, you can extend this bubble network in whatever direction you want. It's a useful tool to learn and remember new words. In this lesson, we had some general advice on how you can learn new words, how you can expand your English vocabulary, how you can organize your English vocabulary notebook. Thank you for joining. Happy learning.